For more on this, we now cross to our reporter, Molemo Mothoa, who is been in court today. Molemo, thanks very much indeed for joining us. Take us through what happened today in court.
Good afternoon, Peter. In court today, the child, the 7-year-old girl, testified in camera where all the members or where the people in the gallery were ordered to get out of court, and the NPA said that she was going to be giving that testimony with the help of a mediator. And the NPA's Pindilo afterwards says that the child actually was brave enough to can give that testimony again. And as we have spoken to some of the organizations earlier, including the Not In My Name movement, who actually expressed their dissatisfaction about the fact that the child had to take a stand again to testify, saying that it's like making her to relive that traumatic event. But the NPA said that the sole purpose of calling her to testify was not actually to subject her to secondary trauma, but rather to refute Ninow's events, as it consisted a lot of inconsistencies. We also heard the mother testifying today in a separate room, but where now all the members of the gallery, including the media, were allowed to be inside the courtroom. She actually also was giving an account, details of what actually happened on that fateful day, saying that she had left the child with the minder, and later when she was looking for her, she was not at the place where she left her, because she said she left the child at the kiddies corner, but then upon looking for her, she was not there, and she asked the child minder as to where she was. Then they checked for her at the toilet, but then she said she did not find anybody in the toilet when she went there the first time. Then the child minder came back, and she accompanied her back to the toilet, wherein there were 3 cubicles, one opened, one closed, and one was not working. So they realized that there sort of like was somebody inside the cubicle which was closed. Then on trying to open the door, the person who was inside said to them that you are disturbing me. Even before then, when the mother was calling the child cried, screaming, saying, "Mom, please help me." And now Ninow then said, "You are disturbing me." So they, open the door, but battling to do that, as he also was pushing it, inside. So eventually, when they opened the door, they found Ninow naked inside the toilet, and also she had pulled the child skirt and the underpants as well. And on Monday, we also heard in court, the gruesome, dirty details that he gave about how he, penetrated the child, how he molested the child. So the mother at some point was very emotional, saying that this is not an experience that any parent, would want, to see or experience, in their children. So the state today closed arguments against Ninow and the defense as well. So the trial will continue tomorrow, when both will be now closing. Will be giving a closing statements, as well as a possible judgment on the case.
All right, so there has been lots of reaction, and we saw a little bit earlier on ANC Women's League very involved in supporting the family of this poor child. And what did Batabile Dlamini have to say about what has played out?
Well, Member Tabile Dlamini expressed her shock, as well as, the pain that had to go with this case and the other cases as well, which she mentioned, saying that, these issues are now, or this incidents seems like, they are, going unabated, and every time it's like they say the same things. And what actually she said in court today was that she was disappointed as well at some of the questions that the defense asked the mother in terms of some of the events that took place, as to why didn't she mention that earlier, or why did she, told the police about them, as well as, for instance, the defense was asking the mother about which side of the belt did Ninow use to assault the child minder. And at some point, the answer that she gave, felt like it was not enough for the defense. So that actually, to me, Batabile Dlamini, was like, it's very painful for women with all this, kind of violence incidents going on, happening against children and women, for them again to be subjected, to this secondary trauma, especially by people who are supposed to be protecting them.
All right, Molemo, we're going to leave it there. Thanks very much indeed.